Hey folks, Zinged here. Welcome to Zing's Indie Gallery. Today, as part of the Steam Next Fest, we're going to be looking at this demo made available by the developers Cyberwave. This is Solarpunk. Now, this is an interesting little demo. I've been following it for quite a while. I'm really looking forward to the full game. It's expected to be released sometime in 2025, but they haven't released a more specific timeline for that. But this is a really short and sweet kind of demo. These developers have this kind of aesthetic really nailed down. It's very beautiful to look at, very painterly. And a few of their other games also have a very similar kind of vibe. So if you want something that is not grimdark, that's not cyberpunk, not dystopian in any way, shape, or form, this is going to be the game for you. Now, this is just a demo, but there seems to be no story to speak of. You wake up on a mysterious floating island surrounded by sky and other floating islands, and guess what? You gotta pick up sticks and punch trees. So it's one of those more traditional kind of survival experiences. If you're not into that, you're not gonna enjoy this. But if you don't mind slogging through the initial stages of any other survival crafting kind of game, then I'm sure there's a lot to be enjoyed here. Definitely one of the few things that I'm really looking forward to is the fact that you can craft your own airship. As you saw in the starting menu there, the main menu had this airship that was hovering off to the side of it. You're going to get to craft one of those, even in the demo. I'm not going to spoil it. If this is something that matches your vibe, that if you like survival crafting games, if you liked games such as Aloft or Forever Skies, two of the more recent examples, this also has a bit of a raft kind of feel to it, though the mechanics are quite different. But if you enjoyed those, then there's a very good chance you're going to enjoy this one as well. You do, as I say, I can't sprint. Too hungry to sprint. Oh, yep, alright. And they're not starting me off with a lot of food here. But if you enjoy these kinds of survival crafting games, if you can get past the initial stages where things are perhaps a bit slow, then there's a really good chance you'll enjoy this. Check it out. It's a pretty short demo. I got through it in about 40-50 minutes. And if you're more experienced in the survival crafting genre, you might get through it a little bit more quickly than that. But it's definitely one to keep an eye on, I think. Can I craft myself some stuff yet? Yes. Let's make a pickaxe so we can start busting up some rocks here. That's not a rock. Okay. I had a bit of confusion initially because there are a few different kinds of rocks on this little starting island. You get rocks that drop stone. You also get some rocks such as these ones that drop sand. And there are also rocks that contain iron ore. Go figure. Anyway, what are we looking for? Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones. One of the things I was worried about initially was whether or not I would accidentally softlock myself and made it so that I couldn't create the right tools that I needed. Because as you can see at the bottom there on my hotbar, tools have durability. So you're only able to mine or chop down so many trees before your tool breaks, and you have to go ahead and make yourself a new one again. And I had gotten to the point where I needed to make a new pickaxe, but I couldn't. I couldn't get any stone. I had already picked up all the stone that I could find, and I was wandering around the whole island trying to look for loose stones. Luckily, it does respawn after a while. The sticks, stones, some of the berries, and cotton, and a few other resources that you can grab directly off the ground, they do respawn. So you're never going to find yourself in a situation where you may be soft-locked. What am I actually doing now? Alright, so I need to craft stuff. I need to create a crafting table, so I'm going to start at chopping down these trees. But yeah, it's really quite straightforward. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like in the full release. Unfortunately, you are limited to a certain section of the sky here in the demo. You can craft an airship, but all you can really do is visit a floating merchant, which I highly recommend you do. You get some stuff when you go there, so you can try a few of the functions, or rather try a few of the pieces of infrastructure that you can build further on in the game, mainly electricity, basically. There appears to be a small element of automation that you can work up against in the later tiers when it comes to researching new technologies and stuff like that. And it's definitely one of those games that I'm sure I could sink some hours into this. There are some question marks regarding the longevity of the game. There are different tiers of things that you can research and craft. So I assume a lot of the game is going to consist of going from island to island, picking up new resources, and maybe finding some more blueprints. Not entirely sure. There are quite a few things that are locked off in this demo. You can see them on the research table that we'll get to craft later, but you're not actually able to unlock any of it just yet. And that's why it's a relatively short demo. Alright, I think I have enough materials now to create a crafting table. We'll make one of those, plop it down. Again, fairly standard fare. Pick up sticks, pick up stones, make tools, mine ore, create a furnace, build a house, set your bed down, set your spawn point, grow some vegetables. Really, where it comes into its own, I feel, is with the airship. And it's really too early to really get a good grasp of how that's going to work in terms of the full game. But I'm looking forward to it. You know, I don't think this is going to be a very expensive game, although the pricing has not been announced yet. But if this is something that tickles your fancy, I definitely recommend trying out the demo. It's pretty small. You could probably get through it in an hour, like I said. But if you know, you know, right? If you don't have patience for this kind of game, then probably give this one a miss. There are definitely a lot of good demos dropping in this next fest. So by all means, go wild and pick stuff that you're genuinely interested in. Personally, I like this game. It looks very pretty. I'm sure I could lose quite a few hours just driving my airship around the skies. So yeah, I don't think I can go wrong with this. Ho ho ho. We want to plant some berries. And we have some cotton seeds. Gonna go ahead and drop this here. Alright, so in terms of my thoughts on the game itself, despite the fact that it's a demo, I think there's some things that could probably be improved. I feel like the animations could probably use a little bit of fine-tuning. Like, if you notice the mining animations, the animations of chopping down trees, it's like you're giving those things a gentle love tap. The animation where you miss your swing actually seems to have a lot more strength and a lot more impact to it. But when you're actually hitting the resources, it seems very, very gentle. I don't know if this is something that the devs have any interest in changing, but as you can see here, just chopping a tree, no one's going to chop a tree down like that. Now, I can't say that I've ever chopped a tree down myself, but I'm reasonably confident to say that chopping down a tree requires a little bit more effort than, you know, maybe like a 20 centimeter swing. Now, I assume there's fishing in the game. It's locked out in this demo, so we're not able to really check that out. And so are things like the automation, and there are some robots and stuff that you can build too. So yeah, fairly straightforward. I feel like if you are a fan of the survival crafting genre, you already have a pretty good idea of what to expect and whether or not you will enjoy a title like this. Me personally, I'm definitely going to recommend people give it a go. And if you have some time to spare, why not? You know, it's something worth checking out, I think. If anything, for the flying of the airship, it's quite a lot of fun. It's relatively easy to control, and there's this really nice sense of floatingness. Usually that's not a good thing, right, if it feels floaty. But in this case, this airship feels floaty in all the right ways. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out in the full game. There will also be multiplayer. I am also very curious to see how that would turn out, because if you're starting on this island, it is really small, and really one of the first things you want to do is get off this island as quickly as possible. There's no real need to hang around any longer than you absolutely have to. And yeah, once again, getting off this island, at least in the demo, they might change things up for the full game, but at least in the demo, about 30 or 40 minutes. 50, sorry, if you're fast enough. All right, where are we at? So we've created everything here. I need to make a build hammer so I can start making my little house. Although it's kind of funny, with a main like Solarpunk, you would think that we have moved beyond creating tools with stone and sticks, but I guess not. I really hope there are quite a few tiers of research to unlock, because from what I can see, there don't appear to be that many. But again, just a demo. We'll see what the game is like when it finally gets released, and of course we don't have a date for that yet. But 2025 is when you can expect to see this out in the stores. Unless something changes, of course, but from what I can see, it looks like it's in really good shape. The time I've been playing, I haven't encountered any bugs. I haven't seen anything that will make me think, oh, this game is at least a year or year and a half away from release. So yeah, really good first impressions. Quite enjoyable. Will recommend. Research table. Alright. Now I can show you the different tiers of research that are, or will be, available. So you have these things that you can unlock. I'm gonna go ahead and make a beeline for tier 2 so I can show you what you can expect from tier 2. I need some more sticks. I can craft sticks from my wood. There's my build hammer. Alright, I need to go hunt down some cotton, which is probably around here somewhere. Aha! Oh. No, okay, well, can't do anything with chickens just yet. Although I guess you can domesticate them and get them to lay eggs, I suppose? No! Did not mean to do that. Well, at least now we know there's fall damage. Oh no, my meters, dude! They took my health, they took my water, and they took my hunger. Do I have any? I have some berries I could eat, I guess. I did not find the cotton I needed. Maybe you can check up here. Yep. Now, in terms of recommendations, other than the animations, another thing I could recommend perhaps is making it a bit easier to sort and manage the inventory. A little sort button would be nice. Not critical, but at least you can quickly move items between your inventory and any storage that you have by holding down shift and left clicking. Gonna go ahead and build myself some stairs here to get up to the next level. Perfect. More berries, but no cotton up here. That's fine. I think I might have enough now to make some more cloth. Oh, to unlock the next tier. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Alright, tier 2 research. Here we go. So these are all the things that you have access to in the demo. And there are some things, as I mentioned, which are locked. Iron tools, basics for animal husbandry, some decorations, a fishing rod. Here is more farming stuff. And tier 3, of course, which I can't even see. So, yeah, no idea how many tiers are in the game currently. I just hope that there's enough to do, honestly. That's one of my concerns. Right, so I had... Wait a minute. The heck did I do with my hammer? Okay, well, they're cheap. Why not make another? Okay, so let's see. Build myself a little house. I'm gonna raise the foundation a touch. I think a good 3x3 should do me. Nice. add some walls and a door. I can finally get out of the rain. The building is fairly satisfying. The snapping points seem to work pretty good. No complaints there. I've definitely played some games that are a lot more finicky when it comes to snapping. Most recently, I was playing Enshrouded. I mainlined that game quite a bit in the last couple of months. And let me tell you, building roofs in that game is something that absolutely drives me crazy. I mean, it's a good thing that the building system in Enshrouded is really very flexible, but it does mean that when you're building a roof and you're working with preset sizes of roof, it can become a bit tricky. But this game seems to do it. Hello? This game seems to do it pretty well. It's fairly easy to get the roof where I want it to be, so no complaints so far. We have the old slanted roof there. Yes, like in some games, the snap points, they just really go wild with the roof, but this game seems to do it fine. What do I want to do? I want a corner piece. Where? Here we go. And an outward pointing corner piece. Nice. Whoops. Let's do that one again. Nice. Okay, and we can just cap things off here with a half roof. Nice. All right. And need to make myself a bed so I can sleep through the night. Whoop, I gotta build it first. It's gonna get me every time. I need more. I need 5 more cloth. Oh, that is unfortunate. I probably shouldn't have spent all that cloth unlocking tier 2 research so I can show you what was in it. No, I think I'm gonna have to wait for cotton to respawn. I definitely don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to skip ahead and show you what flying the airship is all about, because that's really a lot of fun, I think, in the highlight of the demo. So I'm going to leave it to you all to figure that one out for yourself, give it a try, and you can enjoy. So yeah, for now, from a very dark, wet, and gray island in the sky, this has been Zinged, and peace.